Hey fly tiers, welcome back. My name is Matt, and thank you for stopping by the channel. Now, a lot of you folks who've watched the videos over the last many months, you know I use a lot of books in my ties. I'll talk about the books, I might hold it up to the camera and say, this is where I got this pattern. A lot of folks have asked in the comments or left comments saying, hey, I want to know more about that book. Is that a how-to book or a pattern index or where can I get this book? I've never seen it before. So I've promised some folks that I would start doing some book reviews. So today I'm going to start doing that. Now, when I look at fly tying books, I kind of break them down into three major categories. You've got your how-to books that walk you through the steps of picture by picture of how to actually do everything. And then you've got some pattern indexes, which might be a book full of pictures, but it just has recipes. It doesn't really tell you how to tie anything. And then the third kind of book is more like a history book. It might have some patterns in it and might have some recipes, might tell you how to fish them, but it might have a little bit of the history on it too. So it's kind of a hybrid of the three. And I'll be reviewing all these kind of books. I've got dozens of books, probably close to 100 fly tying books on here. So kind of my ground rules going in is that if I'm reviewing a book on this channel, it's a good book that I would recommend. I mean, I'm not going to waste my time reviewing any of the books that I wouldn't recommend. So the one I'm doing today, this is a book that if somebody came to me and said, hey, I'm a new fly tyer, I'm just getting into the sport, I'm really interested to see if I'm going to like it, what book would you recommend? Well, this is that book that I would recommend. This is Dave Hughes' Essential Trout Flies. This is a second edition. I think it was published in 2017. I probably got it right about then, so I've had it just a few years. But this is a great book for a beginner. It's a good book for intermediate and even advanced level tyers too. And I'll explain why as we talk about it for just a minute. Now this book is, for the most part, it's a how-to book. Now check out the description of the video. I'll put a link to where you can go get the book, and then I'll list what all the chapters are in it. So that might help you make a decision if you're looking to buy this book. So let me walk through this book for just a minute. He's got 4 major parts in it. And the first part is really, it's just an introduction. It talks about the tools and starting with the vise and then the other tools. And, then it goes into the different types of materials. All right, so there's a page on the vices, and you've got some materials here. Now he talks about hooks, and then he gets into the dubbing, feathers, and fur. The first 30 pages of this book are really just a primer on the tools and equipment and the materials you'll use. So now let me talk a little bit about where I think the book really gets good. It's these pages right here. So the first few pages of the dry fly section, you've got traditional dry flies. Now look at this. He walks you through every step of how to tie an Adams, step by step, and that's all on the left page. And then over here on the right, if you can tie the Adams, you can tie a light Cahill, a blue-winged olive, a Quill Gordon, or dark Hendrickson. You can tie all these variations of traditional Catskill type flies. And then we go over here to the wolves. If you can tie a royal wolf, you can tie an Ausable wolf, or the grizzly wolf, or the blonde wolf. Every section is very similar to this. We've got the parachutes. Now we've got some Madam X's, and then Chernobyls. And then we get over here to imitative dry flies. Your sparkle duns, and we get over here into the cripples and the caddis, the thorax, CDC duns. This is, about 60 plus pages of just the dry flies in here. And then the next part is a whole part on nymphs. He's got searching and imitative nymphs as well. And it goes by the same style here. This page right here will be how do you tie a gold-ribbed hare's ear nymph. And if you can tie that, oh well, you can tie a red fox. You can tie AP black or a beaver pelt, which I've never heard of or tied. Maybe I should. So after the 40 or so pages on nymphs, he gets into the last section, which is wets and streamers. So he also goes into what type of wet flies, soft hackles, and then the old school winged wet flies, the fur body wet flies, and then every type of streamer you can think of, from the hair wings to the feather wings to the Matuka styles to the zonkers, the woolly buggers. He really goes through how to tie every type of fly you could tie. And then with all the variations and alternates, there end up being over 300 flies in the book. So yes, if I had to recommend one book to a new fly tyer, this is the one it would be. Dave Hughes' Essential Trout Flies. Still in print, still easy to find, and just overall a great book. So that's it, folks. I plan on doing one of these reviews every week or so, no set schedule really. And I'm just going to work them in the off days when I'm not doing a tying video. So I hope you got something out of this. I hope you liked it, and we'll see you next time.